Hey y'all, it's Star and Jordan, the American Haas family living in the English countryside. And we're really excited because, why?
Because we're going to school.
We're going to school and we're introducing some very important people to you today.
Who's that?
I don't know. The sheep.
No, it's her other ones, isn't it? The other girls.
We're going to introduce to you our two daughters. So we have two daughters, Ella and Scarlett. Ella's 12 and Scarlett is 10. And we're going to talk about something really interesting and important. So get ready, pop a bowl of popcorn and settle down in with us.
I don't think people eat popcorn here, honey.
Okay, well, grab a bag of crisp and sit down with us. Let's do it.
No, let's not use that one.
I like it.
Let's just do it. It's too silly for me.
Let's get this party started. So we're gonna have a bit of a runway show for UK school uniforms. So to begin the runway show, I call Scarlett Haas, attending primary school in England.
All the pretty girls like that.
Bam, 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 bam. I think Scarlett's meant for the runway, but let's see if Ella's ready. Introducing Ella Haas in her secondary school uniform for England.
My daughters were acting up, so I traded them in for some video game sims. And this is a primary school sim. I'll choose her. This is Scarlett, who is in a primary school in the United Kingdom. And now I'll choose this one, who's in secondary school. This is Ella, Sim Nona Haas. First, we're going to talk about shirts.
Once I snap my fingers, we're going to be back to non-sim Ella and Scarlett Haas.
We can do this. We're kind of weird.
This feels a little gobby.
Gobby for So, to start things off, I am wearing a white collared shirt that is way too uncomfortable. Then I have this tie. Typically, it would be a gray tie that would show my tutor, but that's top secret information, so I'm just wearing this because, I'm like that. And also, I would typically wear a green blazer that is also very uncomfortable and has multiple holes in it, but you won't know that because it's on the inside.
It has not multiple holes.
You want proof?
Oh no, we need to get a new one.
So yes, that is my upper half. I just hit myself.
And do you have to ask permission to take your blazer off, or can you
Yes.
just take it off?
I do. It's very, very sad.
You have to ask permission to take it off?
Yes.
What if you get super hot?
Then you just overheat if they say no.
Really?
You just die.
Do they say no and you overheat?
They could say no. They have the ability.
But do they?
They've said no to me sometimes. I almost died.
I'm so impressed that you're still alive.
Thank you.
Scarlett, what are you wearing?
What? Tell us about your shirt for primary school in England, Scarlett.
Your upper half.
I have my white shirt with my red thingy, with cardigan, with this flower thing, and I don't like them because it's makes life confusing when you button it. You have to go through all the lumps, and then you finally button it. Instead, when it's just a circle, you can just be like, boom, bam, you're done.
So you have a white polo shirt is what you wear.
Yeah.
But you have something underneath your cardigan.
What's underneath your cardigan?
Oh yeah, white shirt.
You're not getting the picture.
Yeah. Maybe in 10 minutes when she's done unbuttoning that cardigan.
This is a good time for an ad from our sponsors.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we're not sponsored
No,
yet.
we're not.
Scarlett, you need to show them you are not still working on the buttons.
I told you it takes forever with these stupid.
Oh, no.
We are a
There we
smart
go
family.
again.
Very privileged.
In the meantime, Ella, what would you wear at your school in Alaska?
Anything. Anything but this.
You wouldn't wear this in Alaska?
Please, no.
Never.
No. First of all,
We're almost there.
One more.
if I wore a white shirt, my mom
the
would...
hardest too. Okay.
Whoa!
Okay, now model my beautiful shirt. Then it's shirt. That's it.
Well, it's a dress,
What is-
actually.
look at
It's a shirt. This is
This
a dress.
Well,
This is
thing-
a shirt.
yeah. So Scarlett, for her
I
primary
just
school
envisioned a goat
Shush.
eating a goat.
in England, she wears a white polo shirt, and then there are other options besides a dress, but Scarlett does not like them, and she likes to wear the dress. And then on top, instead of a blazer like Ella, she wears the red cardigan, which you got to see.
Why are you looking at me like that?
All right, so Ella, tell us about your skirt for secondary school in England.
Bottom half. This skirt. Yeah. It's a skirt. I mean, there's no high
You
expectations.
told me that there was a style that this pattern is.
Mackenzie, apparently.
Is it really?
Yes. I met some awesome Scottish people, and they said that this is a Mackenzie
Pattern?
pattern thingy. There's a special word, but I'm just not that smart. And then we have high socks, which is my preferred when it comes to socks. Or things that go between the shoes and the skirt. This is what I like. I don't like ties. They're no.
I socks because I don't like tights, even though they want you to wear tights during the winter, which really makes no sense because it's not any warmer than this because they're tights. It's like not even a material at this point. And some smart shoes, which are actually just shoes. They just kind of are there.
And yours are patent leather.
Why do they have holes?
That's the style she wanted.
I had no choice.
All right. Anything else you would like to add?
This collar chokes me when I go like that.
Scarlett, will you share with us what you have to wear for footwear and such in primary school in England?
Okay, but we're going gym mode. So, foot roll for my foot. These are my shiny, annoying shoes. And then my other one, foot roll.
That's an impressive foot roll.
I like the foot roll.
And then we
Patent
have
leather again.
These are my favorite tights, but I also hate tights because they're warm enough. They're like sock material. Like, someone from my school thought it was actually socks, but then she found out it was tights later. But, yeah, this is tights. Then I have my skirt, my beautiful, or
Dress.
I guess.
Dress.
Skirt, dress, whatever. It's gray. Gray.
What would you wear at your school in Alaska? Did you have a uniform?
No, I could wear anything. I could wear the world.
Do you like wearing a uniform?
I hate it.
I hate it.
It's so stressful. What if you lose it?
Yeah,
And then you go
I
to
have
school?
lost it so many times, and you have to trade in your phone for just to borrow like a tie.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, and I mean that works for most kids because they love their phones enough. But I forgot about my phone one time, and so I just stole a tie and lost my phone. So then the next day I had to come back for my phone and give back the tie. It was a whole thing.
You stole a tie?
Yeah, on accident because I forgot.
Okay.
That whole nother story. It was hard.
We'll get to the bottom of that investigation later.
Yeah, we will.
Ella, Scarlett, how do you compare your school meals here in England compared to in the United States?
Okay, so I have paragraphs, billions of paragraphs for this because I kind of wrote about a book about it, not back, but a book, and the book was like rating my school kinda from 1 to 10 when I got out of year 5, and I said the food. I talked about the food for a while. I was like, this food is amazing. And I told them my favorite, like the tacos. It is so good.
What day did they do tacos?
It's really rare, actually.
Ooh.
It's not.
I've only had it twice. Oh, then one time I missed it. I was devastated. I was like, no.
No.
Yeah.
Why is
What-
it whenever
what other
the
food
school
do they
cool
make?
stuff happens?
What?
What other food did they make?
Oh, they make lots of food, but they also make this potato with the beans that we
Jacket
tried
potato.
once. Yeah, the ones that you told us to try. Then we have the baked pasty is what it's
Yeah,
called.
good. It's pasty. Yeah.
Well done.
Then we have my favorite is, well, my second favorite is chicken roast dinner. It's like beautiful chicken. I don't know how they get this chicken with these like squishy carrots cooked enough. Then they have potatoes and gravy, and it tastes really good.
Yum.
Then they have beef roast dinner, pork roast dinner, and continuing.
That sounds amazing.
That does sound
But
amazing.
that's not it. I told you paragraphs through paragraphs through paragraphs. There is also the dessert, okay? My favorite dessert, I don't know where they get this. It's like homemade yogurt.
Oh.
But it tastes so good. I've never liked yogurt in my life, but this
Is
yogurt
it kefir?
is
I
life
think
changing.
I said that wrong.
So how was it in Alaska? How was your lunch?
Yeah. It was just like, get something from the garbage buy.
What?
Get something from the garbage?
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
You're like a bear running.
These are lies. We had the best teacher, and she would teach all the big kids to make like homemade pizza.
You actually didn't have lunches in Alaska
No.
because the school was so small.
Sometimes the school
Well,
would
I'm
make us
talking,
food,
I'm
but
talking
sometimes
about
they
my
would make
second school. That was
Gibbs.
garbage.
Let's talk about
no, Gibbs.
Gibbs in Arkansas.
Was
Garbage food. I'm not talking about Alaska. Alaska's good because they just have a pantry
You really
full of
do.
stuff.
The
But-
pizza was sweet.
I remember that actually from my days.
but
Oh, it makes me sick too. I can remember it. The,
the
taste.
corn. The corn.
Oh, the corn! They still serve it with the corn.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
And
It was
sometimes they put
soggy.
the corn on the pizza.
It was
Well,
soggy.
they do that here.
It was soggy.
Corn on pizza seems to be a thing
Sweet
here.
corn.
Not this
They
corn.
put the sweet corn on
Not
pizza.
this pizza. Ugh.
All right, Ella, how was your food in UK, England?
Well, my chicken is the texture of eggs, and my potatoes are slimy. But, I mean,
Potato slime.
there's actual cooks doing it. They're not just putting in some microwave or something. So that's kind of cool, because they're actually making the food and can stare at them making your food.
Oh, that's neat.
Yes. Just
Last year you really liked the food. So what changed?
Well, I don't know why I did. Because it was just a massive piece of bread that was burnt on each end, but the middle was kind of cold with some cheese that was like halfway doughy or melty, and then some 2 slabs of like ham strips.
Huh.
So it was a little weird.
Okay.
Yeah. And the pizza was also sweet.
So what's your favorite thing about going to school in England? Do you have a favorite thing?
Chickens.
Scarlett has
Oh.
chickens at her school.
Yeah, tell them about that.
Well, I need to tell you that what's coming up. I've been meaning to tell you, but now I remember.
What's
So-
coming up?
There's a festival at my school, I think. We're taking a bus somewhere. I don't know when this day is, but I think you're allowed to come, or you might not be able to, but most likely. And it's like a harvesting festival.
English school harder or easier than American school?
Great
Easy
question.
in some ways
Easier.
and harder in some ways.
It's
So since we're a year up more than America, for some reason, it has harder math. English, well, handwriting's hard.
that's
not how it
works.
With handwriting, it took me like a month to learn.
You actually have really good
Handwriting?
handwriting though, Scarlett.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has amazing
Maybe
handwriting
we can
now.
post pictures.
Not as
Way
good
better.
as everyone else, though.
Well,
Really?
it's the best. It's
It's
amazing.
best in our family.
Yeah, by far.
But
They do a specific kind of cursive.
well, yeah, that's what I was going to
yeah,
tell
yeah,
you.
yeah.
So they do this cursive when it's not really cursive. Like America, it's like squiggle. Like S was like S.
This was.
What was it?
What are you doing, Mom? No, it's this.
Yeah, I know. I did the very informal one. The formal one is like that.
Yeah, and
What?
that's the S.
Yeah.
Right here.
No, it's
Here, when you do an S, you just
That's a
take a
little
line.
S.
So you start with the line.
Yeah.
This is a fancy.
Wait, okay.
Sorry, Scarlett.
You start
Keep
with
going.
You start with the line, then you go woo, then you go backwards and down. Then
Backwards.
Oh.
yeah, you have to go backwards. So you go
What?
from okay. You want an example?
Yeah.
Nope.
Why?
No.
You do the
let's
example,
keep
yeah.
going.
I like
need
it.
a paper.
No, it's okay.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
So I'm just getting close to the camera. Okay. So finger line, S going over the line. Then T would be like this, so like an L with the line in it. Then you start your next letter, so maybe an E. Then, I don't know why it would
Is
be
there a
O.
moose in the video?
Moose.
Okay, so this is easily probably going to turn into a series because there's so much to talk about when you integrate your American kids into English schools. But I want to talk about just the difference in how long the summer break is versus like American summer break versus England summer break. And they have something called half terms here. So girls, do you want to take a crack at it?
I still don't really know what they are. I think that it's just instead of summer, they delete it. And
It's more school. Hope you like school.
and they give you fractions of that
Fractions of the summer.
in between that normal school.
Yeah.
It's so it's not ideal.
I think it
I
might,
actually really agree with that definition.
I think it might be the same amount of time off if you count the extra holidays in between.
It probably is. I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure that there's more days in American school. But I don't care. Like, we get a summer. We can run around in circles for like 2 months straight.
2.5.
2.5 months straight.
Yeah.
Sometimes 3 months if you're lucky. And then here it's just like run around in circles 2 weeks, run around in circles 2 weeks, run around in circles 1 week, run around in circles 2 days. And then, what is it, 6 weeks?
And then, yeah, your summer here is technically 6 weeks.
That's
but you get a bunch
nothing.
of 1 week half
How am
terms
I
throughout the
supposed
year.
to visit my family and like go
I
to
agree.
countries and like do stuff? I can't do stuff.
Have you had to deal with a lot of bullying here, being American, coming into...
Not bullying, they're just pretty annoying about it.
Scarlett, have you had to deal with any bullying or anything like that?
Just stressness. They're like when something does something wrong, they're like, oh, he did it wrong. Oh, he did it wrong. What did he get wrong? He didn't get the math question right. What? Oh, he didn't get the math question right. Oh, then it's all like, ooh.
They're
Then when it's about you, it's the worst.
Yeah.
they're
It's like a washing
they
machine.
will like
with the clothes.
intimidate American, like our accents. It's the most sad thing I've ever heard. They say y'all, they go y'all. Like what?
I loved the story with Ella. Ella, when you started school here, you and I moved here on our own for 2 months before Dad and Scarlett joined us. So, Ella, you had history class, and what was the topic that they were learning on your first day of school in a new country in England?
The British taking over America. That was interesting.
The American Revolution.
They're like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. They're basically back and forth. Even the teacher, pretty much, and she's not even British. And it was like, yeah, so eventually England gave America. Like, excuse me?
They gave it to America.
They just handed it over?
I just have a hard time believing
Just a
that the
present
teacher said
wrapped
that.
up in a gift box for us. Thank you, I guess.
That was your first week of school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first day. And when
First
she
day.
came home, I was like, I knew that would be like
little souls.
that would be a subject in history. I was like, well,
That
that's
was
one
so
way to get
funny.
it out of the way.
I had to set the record straight with the American Revolution.
All right, so the girls are off to bed for the night, but we thought we would get on as their parents and just give you a little bit of our thoughts on integrating our American children into English schools. And where do I even begin? It's been quite the journey, really. And I think just in general, I know I was super naive about just the transition period, even like for me as an adult to move here. For whatever reason, the first 3 months are just really hard mentally. Like, I remember crying a lot. Like once a week, I'd have a good cry. I don't know. There's just an adjustment period. And I then saw my husband go through an adjustment period, and same with the kids. I will say I'm seeing a huge difference with the kids in the second year. I feel like I just feel like they're more settled and they've got a little bit more of a groove.
It's tough. Parenting is like kind of like holding on for dear life as your kids are growing up.
Yeah.
And then that, you know, there's all sorts of challenges when you move to a new country, let alone a new school if you're a kid, you know. So I think that it's been really exciting and challenging, but hard and difficult in a lot of ways too for Ella and Scarlett. Scarlett seems to be in her primary school, seems to be doing a little bit better than Ella in her secondary school. Ella's school, it's like, gosh, it's crazy how like mature or immature the kids are. Like
Mature
they
slash
seem
immature.
they seem very teenagery already.
Hormones. Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with, you know, secondary school is odd to us as Americans because in America we have elementary school, middle school, which is kind of, it would be Ella's age, you know, 11 to 12 to age 14, I guess, 13 or 14. And then we have high school, but in England you have primary school,
which is 14 to 18. Yeah. So
and then secondary school.
Yeah, the fact that they put all these what we consider older kids in is different to us.
Yeah, and with like different hormones with different ages, that's a lot for us as parents because we know how hard it was. And we had middle school, we had high school. So I am very leery of that. I personally think that's difficult. What do you think?
Definitely.
Yeah. So that was something that's...
It's also just a whole new generation, right? Like we were maybe the last generation that would just play outside all the time. Like I would go out, get on my bicycle and bike to my friend's house. And I don't feel like many people do that. Like in the United States anymore. Like everybody's on video games.
I mean,
and I played video games, but I would do that after I biked to my friend's house to play a video game. I can't do it online back then. I just realized I was born before the internet, which is sad.
In Hope, Alaska, it was like that.
Yeah, but that was unique.
Very unique, yeah. I would say also there's just a different culture in regard to like just parenting in general, especially I think with sleepovers and things like that. That might be more of a global culture.
We live in a rural area right now.
Yeah.
We did have some boys come over to hang out with Scarlett and Ella the other day. So I think there's hope for the future generations.
But yeah. Yes, we did. We met
They're not old enough to drive. So
locals.
they
Jordan, it was hilarious. It was like, who boys are there? They're just neighborhood boys. That's who we saw magnet fishing. They're really sweet, and they offered to give the girls a tour of the village.
You boys.
Which is great. Jordan's fine. But yeah, I think it's just every day is a new adventure. As American parents integrating their kids into English schools, Ella and I moved here 2 months before Jordan and Scarlett got here, and so we toured several secondary schools. And on the tour, they always showed us where to report bullying and went into like really deep detail on bullying and how you can report it anonymously and all these things. And honestly, that was a big culture shock for me. And I walked away from those tours thinking, wow, bullying must be really prevalent here. now that we've been here and the girls are starting school, you know, for their second year, I think we've been really lucky in that regard. I don't really feel like bullying has been a huge issue with our kids. I think Ella definitely deals with a lot more. I think some of it's her age and secondary school and whatnot, but you know, I think we've been lucky overall. I do think perhaps bullying it either is a really big issue here, or you all just have a more of a focus on it. I honestly don't know the answer to that just yet. Yeah.
Anything else?
Any thoughts about you, since you got here 2 months after Ella and I moved here, kind of what you thought, your first initial reactions to English schools? Because you got to see Ella's school, and then, of course, you and I got introduced to primary school at the same time together when you came with Scarlett.
No, nothing super special, I don't think. Nothing that stands out, you know, other than what we've already spoke about.
I know what stands out is if you can actually get fined if...
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I should say that or not.
Yeah.
But it does, even in the United States, I really like to take my kids out of school.
Yeah.
To maybe go on a 4-day weekend, take them out on a Friday. And then, but it's not legal here, or it's at least like fined and penalized.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I like to go to my kids' schools to eat lunch with them, and that's not allowed here
Oh
in
my
the UK.
gosh. They almost fainted when you asked.
Yeah, they thought it was really strange that I asked, and I thought it was really strange that, I mean, wouldn't parents want to go see their kids? And they said I could visit the school and read to kids, but not my kids' class, not my kids' class. And I was like, what are you know, that
so
defeats
weird.
the point, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
But so that would be one thing
Culture
that I did
shock.
think about.
Culture shock.
It's just, yeah, and just like how, you know, I would like the opportunity to be able to, as a parent, take them out of school and do it without being
Fined.
Yeah.
So if your child is gone for more than 4 days with an unauthorized absence, then it's £60 per parent fined. So so that's something that's really new for us that we've had to get used to. And then I think just a really cool story, and I'm kind of like a by the book rule follower, and Jordan thinks more outside of the box, and then he kind of helps me do that. But do you want to talk to them about when we lived in Arkansas and we wanted to go to France? Is that relevant here, you think?
Well, it's a similar thing. So in the United States, we wanted to take our kids out for a week and a half from school to go to France. And the school told me we couldn't do it. And I threw a tantrum. It's one of the only times I've ever thrown a full-blown tantrum. But I wouldn't try that here. But in the United States, I did. And then whoever runs the school,
The principal.
allowed us to go.
Well, she was really nice. She didn't allow us to go.
did.
She said you could talk to the head of the entire city education system about it.
Which I did, of course.
Which he did.
Yeah.
But we had the principal's blessing with it. So she was very kind. Actually, I really love that principal. And she didn't feel like she could give that authority, but she did end up finally saying you can go to, literally, it was the head guy of the Little education. And Jordan went directly to him, and he said yes.
But that also speaks to how important I think and I value other cultures.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's really hard. I mean, if you think about that, if you can't get out of school for a week, it really limits the time that you could ever go somewhere from the United States, because it takes 24 hours just to travel to Europe, and Europe's pretty close. So
yeah, I agree with that, because you know the thing is the airlines here, and I'm sure this happens in America too, but it just doesn't seem as bad with the half terms and with the summer being so short. I mean, the airline prices just skyrocket because they know that's when everyone has to travel. So it is difficult on me and Jordan and our personalities and our like values and our family to adjust to that culture of, I don't know. It's just, we like to travel. We like to be able to go. We like to be able to talk to the school. We like to be able to arrange things. We like to honor the school. But I definitely would say I don't like that, how that is set up. I will just flat out say it. I don't like it. I much prefer our long American summers that are 2.5 months.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all, but it catches me off balance because I'm not prepared. I need to schedule. You almost need to schedule everything a year in advance.
Way in advance.
You know, all your vacations, all your holidays. You know, just be well prepared for it. And I would say all of last school year we were just kind of caught flat-footed. So the kids would be on a holiday, and that would just throw a wrecking ball into my normal work schedule. And we weren't used to that. So we were caught off guard for that. So if you're coming into the UK from America, really look at that calendar.
The half terms.
Yeah, and make sure that you're aware of when your kids will be in and out of school.
Yeah, because we didn't even know what they were. And then it'd be like, half term, what? You have a week off? And I think if we want to we'll end the video there, but that's a great point. If you're thinking about integrating your American children into school, into England, I'm speaking specifically to England because that's where we live. Be sure to check the calendar and know your half terms and know your summer break dates and schedule your trips early. Book your airline tickets early because the prices get high. Everyone travels them because you can't really take your kid out. I have heard that families will take their kids out early and just accept that they're going to pay the fine, and that's something that happens. But be sure to pay attention to that calendar. That's our biggest tip of the day with that. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. We have, I think, 1,500 subscribers.
Yeah, really appreciate everybody who's subscribed, and hopefully we can provide some entertaining stuff for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for commenting. Comment below. Check out all of our links below, and we will talk to you all very, very soon. Good night.